Hi, my name is Lisa Schmidt and I'm with the Stamper Studio. Welcome to New in the Studio. Today is Monday. I don't know about you, but today was a re-entry day for Dave and I because we were on spring break. Well, I was on spring break and he was on vacation last week. We had a nice time in Florida. So tonight's cards are going to represent that a bit. And I will tell you, sorry we're late. I was planning on using something and then we looked it up and it's all sold out. So I don't want to show you something you can't get because that ends up being just frustrating. So, all right, I'm going to use a stamp set called Ocean Front. And this stamp set is in our mini catalog. So let me go ahead and show you that. It's just a really fun, obviously we just spent time at the ocean. So I'm going to open it up right here, Oceanfront page 39. So Oceanfront, it kind of coordinates with another stamp set you'll see in here. And I'm going to show you that as well. But Oceanfront is fun because look at this. It just has, by looking at this, it's kind of like, it's shapes. Great. But it really does have some fun things. So I am going to make a card using just stamping first. And then I'll use one where I cut out some dies. So I'm going to make this plain, the stamping one first. And it is photopolymer, so I'm going to grab my mat here. All right, so I am going to use the colors.
Hey, Sandy.
Hey, Sandy. Mint Macaron. And I'm going to use Balmy Blue. And I'm going to use Crumb Cake. Okay, so here are the colors I'm going to use. I'm going to do the Mint Macaron as kind of like the sky. Okay, so let's turn that so it fits. Let's go ahead and stamp that as if it was sort of the sky. Let's stamp that right here, like that. And again, this is a distinctive, which means it has, it doesn't list it as distinctive on the case, but it has this nice shading, which is really, really cool. All right, the next stamp I'm going to use is this one, which is going to be like the ocean. So I'm going to do that in Balmy Blue. And when you put these shapes together, they are just so much fun the other way. This way, and I'm going to overlap those just a tiny bit. There we go. Look at that. Just the shading is just so fun. You can see it with the little light there, and I really like that. Then I'm going to make, what's up?
Hi, Diane. No, I mean, our flight was delayed like half an hour, so no big deal. Actually, just because the plane ahead of ours didn't get out of the gate in time.
They didn't get out of the way.
We did get home before too long. I will say we got home right when it was crazy snowing, and our Uber driver had a bit of trouble, but we did make it.
Yes, we did. At one point, he slowed down. And I'm like, what happened? Did the car die? And Dave's like, no, he can't see.
It's slippery. He can't see.
All right. So I see how this kind of lines up, right? This is like it's kind of like a triangle. I'm going to do this one in Crumb Cake. Yeah, I'm glad ours wasn't late. And again, I'm going to overlap that just a little bit so that it's kind of like the sand. And I think I'm going to put a little bit of this on it to give it a little bit of texture on the sand. And then I just need a little block here. And I'm just going to use the same thing. I'm just going to use Crumb Cake and just kind of make a little bit of sand there. See how that makes a little bit of texture on that? Yeah, thanks. And then we're going to put a little bit of, we have some, oh, right here. I have some little bushes. What are they? What are they? Seagrass. Let's call them seagrass. I don't know. That's what they call them in Florida. A lot of times they call it seagrass. So I'm going to put some seagrass right here. Nice. And then I'm just going to put on our words. And I think, actually I lied. I'm probably going to do one more thing. This is the other stamp set on the horizon that kind of coordinates well with this. And these birds are one thing that I'm going to use because I just think they're kind of fun. So I'm going to do the birds and then I will use a sentiment from here. Let's see, how about
relax.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. Relax, enjoy your day. I'm laughing because we just got home. It's not relaxing right now, but we had a lot of relaxing time, more than we.
So much relaxing, we almost went backwards.
That's what I kept saying to Dave. I said, I'm going to float backwards pretty soon because I'm not just not used to relaxing so much. And then I'm just going to throw some birds up in the sky because I can, because they're pretty and they're fun. So never think that stamping, just quote unquote, just stamping. I always forget which way these go. I think it's the other way. I'm just going to put some up there. Stamping by itself is beautiful. So I'm going to go ahead and mat this just on basic black like that. And I think before I do that, I am going to use some of our twine. You know, this twine comes in a pack of 5, right? 5 of them, 35 yards total, so 7 yards each. And these are 3 of the colors. And then there's also a white and a gray. So I think I'm going to use the gray on this one. And mostly because I don't know if you can see, there's a little smudge right there. It's yellow and I want to cover it up. Dave's shaking his head because he's thinking, no, you can't see it, but that's okay. I'm going to go ahead and cover that up. I'm going to wrap it probably 2 times, 3 times. I'm going to go 3 times. Give it a nice, make it a little bit thicker. And trim that. And go ahead and tie this. Just, I don't know, it makes me think of like boardwalk, or that, you know, the gray color makes me think of a little bit of that whole beachy scene, the beach scene. And I'm purposely pulling it a little bit tighter if you see this end coming up, because then I can pull it and make it looser. I don't want it to be loose. However, if it is, I can just secure it in the back with some tape and I will be just fine. So I'm going to spread that out a little bit, cover up my little smudge. Okay, spread that out like that. Move that up a little bit. I guess not spread it out. I'm going to push it together. Anyway, I'm going to go do something with it and just trim those off. You could add more if you wanted, but let's go ahead and stick that together. And I've got adhesive right here. I'm going to take it off the mat in case there is ink on that. Sometimes that happens. So I'm going to put some adhesive on there. Let's go ahead and stick it on black, basic black. So my sizing here, many of you can guess, I'm sure. This is a standard size half sheet of paper. So it's 8.5 by 4 1/4, which means that the black is 4 inches by 5 1/4. Just go in 1/4 inch, which means the white is another 1/4 inch in. So it's 3 3/4 by 5. Final answer. That's it. All right.
Hey, Barb.
And
Barb
I am
says
using.
it is simple but really elegant.
I know, right? I think so too, Barb. And I am using. This is mint macaron. Is our color here? We'll just stick this on. There are no dimensionals. There's just simple, plain and simple stamping, which goes together so beautifully. Look at that. Oops, a little bit lower. Isn't that nice? Yeah, I think it's really pretty, and some is just the way Stampin' Up! Made these textures, and it's just beautiful. Did you have an announcement for us?
Of course,
Of
I have
course.
lots of announcements.
You do that.
but
I'm going to get our next card ready while you're getting that out.
let's
Okay?
go ahead and start with
Bingo! Woo!
All right, bingo is coming up. We have just 1 week left to register. Bingo is so much fun. The last time we did it, it was a blast. We have added even more prizes to the fun. We'll be playing our 6 games of bingo. You'll get all the supplies to make 3 fun projects. You'll get a package of a swag bag, all sorts of fun things for you. So bingo is coming up. Register at thestamperstudio.com as with everything. And you will get signed up for bingo, which we are doing on April 22nd.
Nice. Thanks, Dave. You do not want to miss bingo, friends. All right, this next card that I want to make is using the dies that coordinate with On the Horizon. Deb is texting me something I asked for. She's also tends to watch, so it's kind of funny. Anyway, On the Horizon has these really cool dies. Let me show them that coordinate with it. He didn't get them all glued down, but let me just show you. Sorry. Dave's going to turn that off for us. So this goes with this one, On the Horizon. because you've got these cool mountains, you've got some houses, some trees, all these different things that are on the horizon, right? And look how fun that wood plank matches with that. So there's lots of fun. There's also some grass, but I'm just going to set that aside because the most fun one to me is this gate. I love, love, love the gate. Okay, let me set that card aside, and I'm going to start with our basic thick white cardstock. And I did score it in half because, especially with the thick white cardstock, you really have to score it. Otherwise, it just does not fold well. Now, you can see, maybe you can't see, but whenever things are a little bit uneven, it doesn't matter. Just flip it over because from this side, it looks perfect. Okay, I am going to go ahead and emboss using our 3D embossing folder. And which one is this, Dave? Because this one is the one we talked about it the other day, that it's the, help me out here.
Brick and mortar?
No, it's not brick and mortar. You want to look up the...
I can't see.
Okay, well, I was looking at something and then you just moved it. All right. There we go. Okay, so it's not brick and mortar. It's this one right here. It's the textured textile something.
Oh, it's hammered metal.
No, it's not hammered metal. All right, we'll get it, friends. It is, I'm going to look right here and I will let you know.
Tasteful Textile.
Tasteful Textile. Thank you. That's what it is. Tasteful Textile. I did notice it is going away, so be aware of that. So we're going to use that as our background on here. So I'm going to go ahead and just layer that right on top. So we've got the texture right on top of just the basic white. Nothing super exciting there yet. It will be in just a moment. All right, so there's that. Then I'm going to stamp. Now you may notice, you may be able to see how that color is a little bit different. That's because I want to blend these with a little bit of watercolor. So this is a shimmery white cardstock, as is the sentiment. I'm going to stamp sentiment on here. And I did die cut these out of Stitched So Sweetly dies. I love these. Now, what did you decide, Dave? You just looked it up.
Stitched So Sweetly are retiring. They are still available right now. And the Tasteful Textile is not only retiring, but it is on sale right now.
Okay. And this Stitched So Sweetly, I love this. I absolutely love these dies because look at all the frames you have for words. You can layer them on top of one another. And I just love when there's this kind of thing where I can do multiple layers. So that's what I die cut this out of. And that's what I'm going to stamp on. And I'm sticking to it. All right. Again, we're still using photopolymer. So I will put this here. We're going to do a little bit more on this one than the other one. Not too much, but I am going to stamp what I used in the green last time. I am going to put in Balmy Blue, just a very light baby blue, all the way at the top. It's going to go off the edge a little bit. That's okay. And then I'm going to use the green on the bottom, actually. So I'm going to overlap that a bit. Do the green down here. Overlap it probably a little bit more there.
Is that mint macaron?
It is mint macaron. Mint macaron. And the reason I put it on this kind of paper, on the shimmery white, is because I actually wanted to make it a little watercolory. So I'm using our watercolor brush, and it does have just water in it. But I wanted to blend this a little bit. And if you don't use watercolor paper, this shimmery cardstock is another trick of something you can use. So I just wanted to make it kind of go off the edges a little bit. I just wanted to add a little more color. I don't know if you can see much there, but I just wanted it to be watery. And you can see it's still kind of moving there. That's fine. All right. We are going to stamp. I am going to stamp. You could stamp if you're here. Some of these little seagrass. And I'm going to stamp them this time in the mint macaron. Mint macaron here. I'm going to stamp it. Actually, I'm going to go to something a little darker. I'm going to go to the soft suede. Or no, it's not soft suede. It is
Crumb cake?
Yeah, it is crumb cake because I feel like that didn't quite show up. So I'm going to do a little different color there. Look at that. That's fun. And I'm going to do another one down here. And I am going to do some of this. This is going to sit on here, but I'm going to do some of this on the sides here. So it's going to sit about there. So I'm going to do one like here, like that. And I'm going to do that one more time on the bottom because I did not get, there we go. Do you see what I did there? I missed the bottom, so I just kind of rocked the bottom part, not the whole thing, and it looks great. And I want to do another one on the other side over here. So I kind of want it going off there. There we go. So I know those are going to sit right there just to give it a little depth behind it. Okay. I do want my birds again. So I'm going to grab those. Birds are so fun. I just think they're fun. They're just easy to add, and they always look great. Okay, it's a little wet, so you can see that blending in a little bit. The last thing we're going to do is...
We saw so many birds in Florida.
So many birds. I'm going to die cut the fence. So the fence is probably my favorite little piece of these dies. So I'm going to die cut them out of crumb cake. There's one. And here's what I do, guys. This is still in here. Here's what I do. I'm not kidding you. Dave's laughing. I know I can use that. With small ones, I literally just drop it and it pops out. So here we go.
Or you can use take my pick.
You could use take my pick. All right. I'm going to go ahead and put some twine on here first. Then we'll put this on, pop it up. Then we'll put the fence on.
Hi, Deb. Hi, Kay.
All right.
And I saw Mary Jo's on too.
Pardon?
Just saying hi to people.
Okay. I didn't hear what you said.
Me and my friends are just having fun.
You can't have fun without me. Well, he can, but I don't want him to. All right. I am going to just go ahead and tie this like this. And I might add a bow, but not right now. I find it very hard to tie and add a bow at the same time. So if I want to add a bow, I'll go back and add a bow. Let's tie that. And before I did say, if something is loose, I can fix that. Like if this was too loose, what you do is you go to the back. Well, I can see it's not straight, so we'll fix that first. But you go to the back and you just kind of twist it and tape it. And that will tighten that up and hold it where you want it to be. Let me move that down just a little bit more. There we go. All right, I am going to make a little bow out of our twine. I love twine. I think it's just really fun. And my bunny ears. I know some of you hate bows. I love bows. But I don't use them often because I know many of you do not like them. All right. And do you see how this is twisting? I'm going to show you how to fix that as well. You see how it keeps twisting? So I'm going to undo my bow. I'm going to straighten out my twine by running my hand along it. And now it's straight, so I can go ahead and make my bow again. And it should be okay. There we go. All right. Oh, that one's still twisting. That's okay. All right. So here's my little bow. And I'll trim that off. I'm going to grab a glue dot and stick it on. I just think sometimes a bow is cute. We'll pull this one down, stick it on there. So we've got a couple things going on there. And that's okay. Just has a little bit more than just going to trim that a little bit. Don't cut your finger. All right. Let's go ahead and pop this up, and then we will be able to continue on. We'll put the fence on. To me, that is like the best part of the whole thing is the fence. I just think it's really pretty. And of course, with our, what's that sunset paper called, hun? That's so pretty, so pretty, so pretty paper.
Ombre?
Nope.
The glimmer?
Nope. Try again. Nope. Keep trying. On the horizon. There it is.
Oh, there we go.
On the horizon paper.
I was in a whole different space.
I know you were. That's okay. You're in my space, and I'm happy with that. All right, I'm just kind of throwing some of those on there. Let's go ahead and put this here. Remember, I did those on the background. Isn't that kind of fun now that it shows? I think that's really pretty. I like that. That's kind of behind it and in front of it. All right, our fences. This is the fun part. I'm going to curve them a little bit, and I'm going to stick them on like down here. So it looks like the fence. Curve this one too. The fence is going back. Does that make sense? The fence is going, because I don't know how else to describe that. How do you describe that? I don't know. I'm just going to put a little bit of adhesive on this one and on the end one, because then I can not pop up. I can bend it. I'm just sticking I'm going to stick this one here, and I'm going to bend this and just stick on that one. See how it just stays up like that? I don't know if you can, there you go. Can you see that?
Diane has her credit card ready to sign up for bingo, so I did put it in the chat.
Ah.
Link right there, ready to go.
Doesn't matter if you're out of town. You can still play. All you need is your phone. All right. Do the same thing on this one. I'm just putting adhesive on the top and on the bottom. Let's move all that out of the way. On the top and the bottom. On one panel and on the other panel of my fence. And I kind of want that to line up there. Like that. There we go. And then we can put a little sentiment on. What do you think? Do you like it?
Looks nice.
Thank you. So we could put a sentiment on like here. I think that's covering too much of it up, honestly. So I would probably cut it a little bit smaller. So we can do that though.
Or put it inside.
Or I know Dave's always big on put it inside. We could just do that too. All right. So do you have another commercial? And I'll go ahead and stick my sentiment inside while you are doing that. Go ahead.
All right. So this week, as we mentioned, we were down south enjoying some warm weather, which made us, of course, think of springtime.
Yep.
So the special of the week this week is springtime personified. We have the Daffodil Daydream bundle. You will get the stamp set and the dies, normally priced $54.75. We are offering that for $50, and we will send you separately some of the no longer available Daffodil Daydream designer series paper.
Not some, like the whole pack.
The whole pack.
Yeah.
Yes. We will send you a pack of
12 by 12
daffodils, the Daffodil DSP that was available during Celebration.
Don't be stingy now.
So, folks, just so you know, I'm not the stingy one.
I'm not stingy. I'm not stingy either. Anyway, carry on.
So anyway, special of the week, I will put that link in as well, so that you can get that this week. Or you can just go to thestamperstudio.com. As always, everything is there. Okay, there
All right.
we have it.
There we go. I like the sentiment on the front, so I went ahead and put it there. I know he likes it. He's shaking his head already. I know. But I just like it there. I don't know. I just think it's really pretty. So again, the stamp set that I used is called Ocean Front, which I don't know. Just when you look at this, to me, it doesn't do much for me. But when I use it, it really just makes it so pretty. There's lots of different, seagrass. There's some boulders. And then, of course, it ties in so nicely with this On the Horizon because the dies are what tie in just so, they're so sweet with that, especially with the little fence. All right, friends. Anything else, my dear?
You know what? I think we should tell them.
What?
We weren't going to tell them today, but I think
what
we should
are we going to
tell them.
Makes it sound like I'm pregnant. I'm not pregnant. Don't say that.
Here we go.
Heavens, no. What are we going to tell them?
Something is back this summer, and here's what it is. For those of you with kids
Oh.
or grandkids,
Yes.
we are offering Kids Craft Camp.
There we go.
It is back. Kids Craft Camp is going to be June 27th through 30th. So that is a Monday through Thursday from 9:30 to noon each day. Every day will feature new paper crafting wonders. You can sign up for this also at thestamperstudio.com.
Yeah, shocker.
$125. They will get a stamp set, ink, supplies, everything you can imagine. Again, June 27th to 30th. So if that's something that you think your kids or grandkids might be interested in, or your neighbor kid who you want to send over to our house, maybe they're being too loud on summer break. So
we love them.
Give them something to do for 4 days at the end of June.
And you know what? It includes a snack.
Snack provided every day.
Yeah, we're going to make a clipboard. We're going to make a notebook, all sorts of fun things. So, yes, I was like, what are we going to tell them? I don't know what we're going to tell them. All right, friends. Well, I know I caught up on a lot of sleep last week, so I hope that you are doing well. I hope you're sleeping well. I hope you're enjoying sunshine somewhere, and maybe here in Minnesota it'll come out sometime soon too. All right, let me just pull these cards back in here and just show you those. Thanks for joining us. Sorry we were late, but I appreciate that you're here. If you'd like the page, I would say love the page, like the page, share it with your friends. We would love for you to share it. And other than that, happy stamping.